It is Sunday, May 3rd, 3:39 p.m. And for today's kind of overview, I want to walk through my current project that I'm working on, which is a Southeast project located in Southeast Portland. And I want to kind of shortly or briefly walk through the plan and kind of highlight the key problems or areas I think need improvement, essentially, but is kind of requested by the client or kind of the preferences are by the client. So kind of from my personal perspective, what I would essentially improve and kind of fix. So starting from the first floor plan, what I would do essentially, so going to the kitchen. So we have our butler's pantry, which is separated by a wall. So that is kind of a key area that would fix, which kind of would help with the circulation of the butler's pantry and the connection to the kitchen essentially, and to the enclosed dining room, which would kind of open up the flow better if we have this opening in the wall for the butler pantry rather than going around through gallery A circulation zone and into the butler's pantry. So for it to make more sense, I think for like the client essentially, or the whoever lives, the occupant, I think it would be better flow essentially if we have an opening here rather than closing this up and adding like a cabinet or like cabinetry wall. And yeah, that's kind of the primarily key area of the home I would fix. Going to the second floor plan, I want to focus on the primary bedroom. So we have our kind of hallway here that would, before that we enter like into this kind of privacy area, or like private, we're having more private hallway that leads into the master suite or like the primary bedroom. And walking through this short hallway, this 10-foot hallway, we have our kind of opening into the main space of the bedroom. What I would do essentially is place a wall here that would separate the bed itself and the circulation zone behind this kind of wardrobe. So for example, I just place a wall here, 4.5-inch partition wall, and align it with this door that enters it into the primary wardrobe. So place a wall right here and have it open on both sides. So when we come in, we don't come in right away into like the exposed bedroom, but rather than like a small foyer for the wardrobe for the primary bedroom. So if we rotate this bed, and make it face towards into the front elevation, so having the bed face the three windows of the front elevation, I think would be better circulation for the occupant. So like having these two gaps or these two wall openings would kind of open the flow more better. And like, for example, we could place two sofas or like two armchairs here and have this zone as like the foyer space, like the circulation zone, rather than being exposed to the bedroom right away after entering through this hallway of the primary bedroom. So this is kind of the key issue or like the problem that I fix for the primary bedroom. And then moving down to split entry bath, like one of the straightaway key areas I would fix is having doors on both of these entries so that it would be more private essentially. But in order to do this, we need to kind of take account of these two bedrooms that are here placed for the split entry bath. Essentially, if we have this door closed, this door should be closed as well if this occupant is using this faucet like the sink. So that's kind of an issue we might face essentially, but I think we can have like a turnaround. But I think that's a bit we need to discuss with the client rather than kind of proceeding through and discussing with the client as is. So I think these are the key problems I would fix on the floor plan, on the second floor plan. And going back to the first floor plan, the key issue is the circulation or the connection zone between the butler's pantry and the kitchen. And yeah, that's it.